Hello everyone, Paul Rogers here. Today is January the 8th, 2018. We are looking at a red day, a red Monday for cryptocurrencies. Everything seems to be down about, I'd say, between negative 1% to as high as around Ripple at 27% so far. Things could actually get worse. Let's take a look at the charts and see what exactly is going on. Now, Bitcoin, as many of you know, I've drawn basically two lines at 16,000 and 17,000 and said this is a very, very key resistance area that we need to break. And as you can see, we attempted it, retraced, attempted again, had a little bit of a fake out, retraced, and now we're breaking out to the downside. So where's a good place to buy back in? Well, I think around 13,000 is a really good spot. Maybe 13,100, 13,200 is a very decent spot. It's possible it could be heading all the way back to 11,000, but I don't think so unless there's major news driving all this. I personally don't think there is. So I think that price is just kind of in this sideways motion. I think that you will have a chance to buy in at 13,000, low 13,000, and I think price will rebound from there. So Ethereum was in the middle of a beautiful run before this correction. Where's a good place to buy in on Ethereum? I think we're getting pretty close to a good spot. 1,000 for sure. 1,000 is the spot. Unless there's just a huge correction going on, I think 1,000 would be a very good buy-in price. Dash at 1,002 is a good price. Dash and Ethereum are pretty much worth the same right now. So I also think Dash at 1,000 is a good price. And Litecoin's doing Litecoin's thing. I've looked at a few headlines and my guess is the reason why this is happening is there's been increased friction between Bitcoin and banks in one form or another, whether it would be purchasing Bitcoin and being able to wire money to buy it, or whether it would be to have a Bitcoin debit card. And yeah, it's just, if there's more friction involved, people feel less secure about buying something. If you want to buy something, you want to be able to sell it when you want to. And unfortunately, there's the legacy banking system is resisting Bitcoin. They're embracing blockchain technology. Governments are embracing blockchain technology. Companies are embracing blockchain technology, and developers obviously too. But when you start to mess with someone's money supply, when you start to threaten their dominance of, hey, we're the only show in town, we own the printing presses, we control the bank accounts of people, and you threaten that, which is what Bitcoin is. It's true financial independence from the current monetary system. You're going to have resistance. You're going to have pushback, and because of that, there's going to be a lot of price swings. There's going to be headline shocks. There's going to be Bitcoin crashing at times, creating good buying opportunities, and Bitcoin, getting bought up and skyrocketing too. So this year is going to be a year that's turbulent, and it's going to be a year that you're going to have to be, have a really, I guess, you have to have a lot of conviction in what you're doing, and you have to know to expect this stuff, and that when it does dip, you're going to have the fortitude to buy. And when things are really, really good, like they were, I'd say 24, 48 hours ago, you want to sell a little bit. If you want to trade, I mean, you can buy and hold, that's fine. But if you want to trade, when everyone else is on cloud nine, you want to sell a little bit. And when everyone else is thinking the sky is falling, you want to have the cash and the fortitude to buy during those times, and that's trading 101 right there. Being able to kind of do what the opposite of what the herd is doing, and profit from it, because most people trading lose money. So doing what everyone else does won't help you. So this is what I'm seeing in the charts. I would like things to stop right here and head back up, but I do think there's a pretty good chance we're heading down to low 13s in Bitcoin. So just giving you my thoughts. And this is normal. This is completely normal, and you know, to be expected. Oh, look at that. Ethereum had a nice bounce. Didn't even reach 1,000. One thing I want to say really quick before I stop this video is, as you all know, the last month I've been saying, hey, Ethereum's getting ready to take off. Ethereum's getting ready to take off. We're heading there. I was calling for Ethereum $1,200 to $1,300. We did reach 1,200, and I really thought we were going to actually go higher, but because of this pullback, Ethereum's taking a little bit of a break, which is fine. But I do expect Ethereum to head higher from here. I think Ethereum at 1,500 is going to happen really, really shortly, as long as there's not a huge general market pullback. But Ethereum's coming out. You know, I know there's all these other platforms. There's Neo, there's Cardano, there's NEM, there's EOS coming out soon, and they're all promising, you know, great technologies. They're all either, some of them are actually have the technologies working, of course. EOS hasn't quite launched, it's still on testnet, but Ethereum's actually doing this. It's actually working. I know they're having some trouble scaling right now, and transaction fees are higher than they should be. And in fact, just yesterday, I had to actually go, there was a failed transaction, and I actually had to go and send more gas to make the transaction go through and actually get sent back to me, because the transaction was just pending for 48 hours. And I had to go through a process to actually give the transaction enough gas to complete. And that's because the network's saturated. And there's two ways to look at that. It's not because Ethereum's not working. It's because things are growing too fast. Anyways, I got a kid here. Got to roll. Later, guys.